Yes, hello, I'm Grant Kirkhope. I used to work at Rare years ago. I did Goldeneye and Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie and lots of banjo games and Viva Pinata and Grab by the Ghoulies, which no one bought. And Kingdoms of Avalon Reckoning last year. I did Cityville 2 for Zynga last year. I'm doing Ninja Gaiden this now and other things. I was one of those kids that just had to play something. I don't know why. Like I remember at school they brought recorders around. I was 4 years old. I just had to play it. I just don't know. And I got a cornet at 6. Started playing that, and then self-taught guitarist at 11 and 12. Wanted to be in a metal band, of course. So I did that for quite a long time. And then I played in lots of rock bands. After I left university, I did a music degree in trumpet. That's my kind of major. And then I joined rock bands after that for 10 years or so, 11 years on and off unemployment kind of thing for a long time. Did some big tours on some tiny shitty pubs and all the rest of it, complete from stadiums to absolute toilets. And then just ran out of things to do, and my friend was working at Rare and said, why don't you try writing music for games? And I just had a go, that was it. Sent 5 cassette tapes off to Rare over the course of a year, never got a reply, and out of the blue I got an interview and then got a job, and it was just like that. It was just really lucky, just pure luck. It was absolutely fantastic, what can I say? I mean, you know, it was the best thing ever for me at the time. Well, it was very, very excellent. You know, it was a great place to be at the time. Rare, when I got there, they'd just kind of done Donkey Kong 2, I think, on the SNES. So they'd like, you know, humongous success. Killer Instinct was, I think it was on the arcade machine then, I think, as well. So like, it was just incredible to be at that place that they made those things. I was just like, my God, I can't believe I'm here, really, you know. And it's like, because I've been on and off employment for so many years, and it was funny to actually want to go to work, because I never had that experience before. That was really good. So it was just, you know, the people were great, and the Stamper family were great. Tim Stamper was a real, you know, a real idol of mine, really. You know, really such an influential guy, and how it kind of turned out, I think, really. And just a really brilliant place to be. I think I just didn't know what I was doing, really. I just think you just have to turn up and have a go. And when I first got there, I had to convert Dave Wise's tunes from Donkey Kong 2 on the SNES to the Game Boy. And it was all in hex. It was like, you know, 4 numbers and all that. I just did MIDI files. I had no idea what that was. And so I just thought, I'm going to quit. I just can't do this, you know. And he kind of showed me really quickly and then sort of buggered off. And I was like, Christ, you know, how am I going to do this? So I kind of got him back the next day and said, come on, Dave, can you just take me through it, and wrote it down step by step. And I quite enjoyed that in the end. But I think, you know, you just when I did Goldeneye, you know, I just had no idea that it was going to be a success. It was my real first big game. Graham Norgate had been doing it for a while and was doing Blast Core, and then said that he was busy with that. He said, why don't you take up? I was like, yeah, I'll take up a Goldeneye, fantastic, you know, because I loved being that, you know, like a kid of the 60s, well, 70s. You know, it was like great to work on a Bond thing. It was unbelievable to get to use that tune. It was just like, you know, the best thing ever, you know. So it was just so good. But I just didn't know what I was doing. You just kind of, like Danny said before, you just really don't, you just have to get on with it and do the best you can and hope that someone likes it. I think if you overthink it, it's going to be worse because of it. You know, you have to just do what feels natural. If it's shit, it's shit, and that's it. I don't think my way of work has changed at all since I started. It's absolutely identical. It's just the quality's got better. So like, I just really sit and mess around with a sample. I just load up something, I don't know, a piano or a violin, I don't know, and mess around with it until I hear a chord sequence or a melody that I like. And that's just all I've ever done. That's all I probably ever will do. I haven't got any, like, I don't sit in a darkened room, wait for the hand of the Lord to hand me a song. It's not like that, really. I just kind of, you know, not that I'm religious at all. Just, yeah, I don't know. I just think you just have to mess around. I think that all the best people that I know just do that. You have no preconceptions, just kind of go, well, I think it should sound like this, and just, let's try a clarinet, shall we? And if that's crap, try something else. I mean, I don't think my work has changed at all. It's just identical, but the quality is obviously better. You can use bigger samples and better libraries and all that stuff. But I will say that I think a lot of the video guys that I know from back then, because we had such a kind of small sound palette to work with, we had to make our own little sample libraries. All you had was like a decent set of chords and a decent melody. You couldn't dress it up with great big reverbs and amazing strings, sample stuff. You just hold one thing down. It's just great, you know, like you can these days. You have to just make a good tune out of something and hope that would be enough. And so I think a lot of the guys back then were good at that, and they've got a good grasp of melody and how it works, you know. So I think that we got that, hopefully got that talent from back then. So. My last 5 games have all been like full orchestra really, like proper live orchestra, which is quite special really. I'm very lucky to get to do that. And Avalon was the kind of biggest thing I've ever done. And getting to, I just kind of listened to, I've said it before, the first 3 Harry Potter soundtracks, like just 5 John Williams over and over and over again in the car for like 9 months, going to work and back from work every day, and tried to learn how he did it. And I, in my own little way, I tried to emulate that kind of amazing music that he writes. It was a great, it was a really good experience, because games with a good bunch of people. And we were working on the second game. It was close to getting the next publishing deal, and the ticket went bust, and we got dragged down, and it was a bit unfortunate. So we all had to. But I was very lucky at that point to get Cityville 2 for Zynga. I know it's a bit of a, is that a bad word, Zynga? I don't know. So, but that was also a live orchestra, which I found that very peculiar, because I thought, does anybody ever turn on the music on Facebook? And I don't know if they do or not. So it seemed a bit peculiar to want to go to the expense of another live orchestra. But those 2 things that last year were great. I mean, Amalur was fantastic. I mean, probably 2.5 hours of music, probably maybe more than that. And it was really big stuff, so I got to have a real good fun with it. So it was great, yeah. I'd really like to have a crack at movies. I'd like to do that. I've always wanted to have a crack at movies. But I've attended all the indie talks at GDC this year, because I really like the indie, the way, it feels to me like Rare was in 1995 when I joined it. The indie guys are really caring about, they're touching all the things that I like to hear. They're really bothered about how it plays and playability and the fun about it. And if it didn't look great, doesn't sound great, all right, but if it plays great, and I keep thinking that's so important, I think, and it gets forgotten. A lot of days, these games look fantastic, sound great, play like shit, and like, it's so nice to see these indie people who really, really care about that gameplay element, and it's a bit quirky and a bit that, it was really refreshing to kind of attend those talks. I really enjoyed that. But for me, no, I'd like to do anything. I'd like to do indie stuff and AAA stuff. I'd like to have got movies. I'm actually sort of chasing an agent in LA at the moment. That's what I'm trying to get, and I think I'm nearly there. It's sort of a major agency, and I'm quite chuffed to get in there. It's not completely guaranteed I'm going to get there yet, but it's, if I can do it, it's pretty special. So, I'm willing to work on the worst B-movie, creature feature, sci-fi thing, the Mongolian worm from outer space. You name it. I don't mind. I'll do anything. I just want to be in there, really. So, I'm just keen to be involved.